Hi everyone, welcome to VARTHIKA-TECH. Today I'll be discussing about System Verilog basics. So today I'll be going on data types and what are data types and signed and unsigned data types. So we'll be next discussing in today's class. So let me explain what is exactly data types before going into what are the data types we have in the System Verilog. So data type will define the behavior of an variable. So we'll be having a variable. Okay, a is a variable. How the a variable should behave in entire simulation is decided by our data type. So if we put logic a, it will behave in some way. So if we put here int a, it will behave in another way. So like this. So here the data types are having like two state data types and four state data types. Two state data types means it will hold the variable can hold only two values, 0 and 1. And four state data type means it can hold four values, which means 0, 1, x and z. So here, as we discussed, a can hold two values and a can hold four values depending upon the data type we are assigning to a variable. So that's why I said it will decide the behavior of the variable, what the data type means. So again, here logic, the default value of logic is x, and the default value of rich is x, and default value of wire is high impedance. And for all two state variables, the default value will be always 0 only. Okay, so these are all about the data types. And so here if you see, yeah, so if we want to write as a bits, so this is a bit, right? So we can say 1 byte is 8 bits. Okay, and integer is 32 bits. 32 bits, 4 state variable. And int is also 32 bit 2 state variable. And here if you see short int means here 16 bit. Okay, and here long int means 64 bits. So these are all the data types and the state variables. And so in the next slide we will be discussing about signed and unsigned variable. Okay, so for each data type we will be having signed and unsigned data type, which means the representation of the binary value, whether it should be a positive or negative value. So these are all the signed and unsigned data type. So here signed data type. Signed data type means the data type should be signed or unsigned. So defaultly they have given whether the data type is signed or unsigned, which means whether it should hold positive values or positive and negative values. So if it is an signed data type, it can hold both positive and negative values. If it is an unsigned, it can hold only positive values. And here the data types are int, long int, short int, byte, integer are the signed data types. Here bit, rich, logic, wire are unsigned data types. So here here it should be signed. I made a mistake. Here it should be unsigned. Okay, the range is same. So for signed data type, the range is 2 power minus 2 power n minus 1 to 2 power plus 2 power n minus 1 minus 1, and the signed data type we have a range of 0 to 2 power n. So in previous class we have discussed the data types. What are the data types we have in the System Verilog? Here what are the data types are signed and unsigned. So let's take what happens, how the binary value will take a negative value. So as we all know that the binary values will always define as 0 or 1. Okay, we don't have like positive and negative. So whenever we give a negative number to any variable, it will do 2's complement. Let's take bit here. Okay, bit bit 3 down to 0 and a. Okay, so what we have discussed, bit is a two-state variable and here bit is an unsigned variable, which means it can hold only positive values, and the range of the this a value should be here 0 to 2 power n, which means this is a 4-bit variable of a, and 0 to 2 power 4, which means 0 to 16. Okay, this variable a can hold up to 0 to 16 values only. Okay, let's take what happens if we give a negative value to this variable. So if we give a negative value, as we all know that in binary representation we don't have -0 or -1. So what it will do means, first it will take -2, right? We have assigned a variable as -2, so it will take as an +2. It will represent in binary representation of +2. Okay, here +2. What is the +2 value? 1 0 0 0. Okay, as it is an 4-bit variable, I have given 0 0 1 0. This is the +2. We have to do the 2's complement. Before going to 2's complement, we need to do first 1's complement. What is the 1's complement of the +2? Which means 1 1 0 1, and we need to add another one for the 2's complement. So which means 0 1 1 1. The value will be 14. Okay, and the 14 value is in the range of 0 to 16. So this is how we will be calculating if we give any negative number to the any negative number to any unsigned variable. Okay, so it will do the first 1's complement of the positive number and then 2's complement, and it will print the decimal as a 14. And this is a very important question in the interview questions. So this is about signed and unsigned data types. In next class I will be discussing few examples related to the signed and unsigned data type. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.